Hello all, Sabello here. So today I wanted to mix up a little bit. I didn't want to use the brew tress as I'm calling it. I've done enough couple of raids last night afterwards and the results wasn't particularly pleasing. So today I don't want to keep harping on with the same troop combination. I want to try something a little different. So we are going to go with still some priestess. We're going to go with some ghastly gunslingers. We're going with juggernauts, which is tanks, and scallywags, which is tanks. Forget about Annabelle, I just want to try and use her up so I can put her down on a nice recovery for 24 hours. 17 gunners and 1 heavy gunner. These seem, I've been using a few raids, this isn't like 100%, but they get the loot. And the scallywags, obviously, they've got some half decent damage, they've got some great hit points. I've been contemplating after that attack, maybe I'm going to exchange the heavy gunners for a witch doctor or two, or maybe 1 witch doctor and a few more gunners. But for now it seems to be working okay. So let's jump into a battle and let's see how we're going to go today. So I've got worker coming up free later. I've got some legendary pirates later today that's going to be finishing. So I don't mind sitting on some grog for a while. We might have to gem finish my builder that's finishing some point today on the observatory, which is coming in handy for the event. So let's jump into it. Let's find a raid. We need some decent loot, and I have found some decent loot today, although it's mostly been 1 mil plus of grog. This is okay loot. It's not going to be too much. Well, it could be a challenge. I don't like these type of lights, as mentioned before. But let's jump into it. Okay, let's really, I should start concentrating and figuring out where the ground pounders are. I rewatched my video yesterday, very rushed into my attacks, but it's trying to commentate at the same time. So, unfortunately, one of our gunners has passed away down at the bottom now. Should be able to get that with the scallywag. Now we've got no ground pounders to worry about. We're just going to jump straight into this. Try and keep away from the sides because our troops will start to divert. I've got no bombers. You probably notice I have no bombers and it's been working well. So, let's hopefully get Annabelle in now. Perfect. Get our gunslingers in there as well. Use our abilities, that will help slightly. Get a juggernaut there, get some scallywags in there, just to cause a bit of problems in the back here. Everything seems to be going swimmingly so far. They get 1 and 1 priestess in there. Use our ability now, lock up those defences. See, they're probably going to die quite quick, but just, if we can take out a few defences, then the priestess has done their job. So gun tower's gone down. Gun tower is hitting one of my priestesses. This too busy focusing on the wall there rather than the mortar. Can we get some shots on the mortar? That will help big time. And not quite down, but we've done a big chunk of damage. We're spread out in so many different directions that the defences can't focus onto any number of troops. Got a bunker here which could be quite dangerous. If it locks onto, there we go, lock that up, that's perfect there from the priestess. Lock the bunker up so we can try and take it out before it targets my heavy gunner. Hopefully Annabelle's going to stay there. Again, we're just going to lock that up. So the heavy gunner should survive, and does. The mortar's locked up, which will be the last defence remaining. Now, we still have all these down here. I could have kept troops back, but we're not going to worry about it. We just wanted the main loot that was in here. Obviously, there's loot in the collectors as well. With a minute remaining, they're certainly not going to get the last bit of grog, because the AI will travel sort of in this direction before it loops back on itself here. And that's probably one of the drawbacks to the game, I believe personally, is that the AI doesn't sort of differentiate to, half the group can go here and half the group can go there. They all just sort of zombified and go in one direction, which isn't, of course, beneficial to us when we need those brain cells to be ticking in our favour. But that is the nature of the game. I can't see the AI changing within the near future. I've read some forum posts about some new update coming out, not for the game, but as I think it's Apple, that will be able to manipulate the AI. Well, not manipulate, but Madoki will be able to update the game AI to benefit us more. Something to do with old phones. I'm not a techie, so I wouldn't know. It's just what I'm going from what I've read. So this is, as again I said, it's not with a 3-star, but we've got a big chunk of the loot, and it's a great start to the day. It's a much better and more pleasant army combination. I know the walls wasn't high level, but you can't complain with that. So let's jump into the next one. And let's see how this comp goes again. Remember, I did say I might have to change out the Ever Gunner, although he seems to be doing pretty well. Maybe we need a Witch Doctor in there, but I don't want to take away really from... The only thing I could do is maybe a Skellywag or a couple of Ghastly Gunslingers, take away from that. I don't want to have any less than 2 Priestess. I would love to swap Annabelle for a Witch Doctor, but it's just not going to happen. Unfortunately so. So let's try and find ourselves another battle. And let's see how we're going to do. Let's try and find something a little bit more complicated. A little more compact rather than, you know, a bit spread out in the corners. But we don't want something that I call like a donut, where it's all sort of in one clump and you just sort of go around in the circle and clear up the base. Or a square. Like this sort of thing, you know, it's pretty square. Again, you know, the loot's not been too bad. So hopefully we can get ourselves some needed golds, which for now I'll just plough into walls, and later on, maybe if I get time, try it and do another video, and we'll try it and get a worker busy. So we've got level 9 walls here, which is like Pirate Wall 7 max. We've got some level 4 here. I've got level 8s there, 7s, 6s, so we've got a bit of a mix up here. Looks like quite a new Pirate Wall 9, although not max. You know what? No, we want a challenge. I would say that because the loot was okay, but I think we deserve a new challenge. You know what? I feel like we should go and hit this base, because they've obviously got the intention of keeping you out from the north side. So why don't we just try and attack from the south side? Now, the problem with the AI is our troops will want to go around the edges. I've made similar bases before, but the ground pounders are in, well, not particularly the best places in the world. So I'm thinking maybe if we come from this direction, try and clear out some of these outline buildings, and hopefully we'll have some luck here. So again, let's clear out here, get some Skellywag's. Don't want to waste loads of troops, because, you know, obviously they are going to the calls, so our troops will direct in that way. Once we can get our tanks in there, our last damage dealers would be fine. We can get maybe Annabelle in there, why not, you know. She might keep a couple of troops alive for a second. So now we can start thinking about getting our tanks, spread those out. I don't want them too wide, but I don't want them too narrow neither. Get our last gunners in there too. Want a heavy gunner at the back, want a Ghastly Gunslinger. We're going to just deploy 1 Priestess for now. Let's get our abilities going, 1 Skellywag remaining, and just keep an eye. We need to try and keep an eye on the Priestess, which is here. So if we watch her, we'll be able to see exactly when we can use our ability. So I'm feeling like now's a good time. Perfect, look at all them defences locked up there. So this is quite a restricted base, and what I mean by that, it's sort of all confined in a big area, which could be troublesome. But on the other hand, as long as your key players are not getting hit by splash damage, then we're going to be fine. You know, look at the devastation we're doing to this base, and there is not much left to defend, so we can start to trigger off our abilities. When I come from the back here with the Priestess, just to try and get this bunker locked up. Gun tower at the back's gone down. This base has been completely destroyed. There's nothing else to defend it. We've completely wiped out this base superbly, and look at how overpowered this attack is. There is just so many juggernauts. There's the heavy gunner still. We've got, you know, I wouldn't say millions, but we've got quite a few Skellywags, maybe like 5, which we had 20. We've still got Priestesses left. We've got quite a few Juggernauts left. What's that, 5? Maybe lost 1 Juggernaut. We've got quite a few Gunners left. I'd say at least half of them. So it's worked out, maybe more than half, because I didn't see these 2 there. But yeah, I mean, that base design, I think maybe they're testing the AI, see how that will work, but that's where I assumed the weak spot would be, so that's the way I went in. So I'm going to have to turn this volume down, sorry, because it is actually making me feel like I'm shouting here. Hopefully I'm not. I will check the video once I've finished recording, just to make sure I'm not going to deafen you. Let's jump into another raid. We have to try and keep an eye on the loot, because I don't really want to, you know, go over. The grog I don't care about, but the gold, you never waste gold, sorry, especially when you've got walls to do. Hopefully, there we go. I would love to. Do I owe it to you guys to just say, hell, let's try this base? Maybe, depends. You know, if we can find out where these ground pounders are, because we've got no wall break. Sorry, because we have no bombers. This base is going to be a no-no. Yeah, I can try and deploy here, clear out these outline buildings, but I guarantee you they will not want to go through 3-4 layers of walls, and that's going to be the problem if you don't bring bombers. So we can't take it on because they walk around the big entrance that is left open, and the ground pounders will make mincemeat of my troops. So we don't want that, not at all. Okay, so this base isn't ideal neither. Low level defences, low level walls, you know, entertainment. We need entertainment, and just 3-starring bases that anyone could 3-star with the troops that I have, then you know, we can't do that. We need something a bit challenging. Plus we want loot. We want big loot, and if we can find like 1 million plus, say this base, no, not even that base, no, that's low level again. If we find like a half max particle 10, I would go for it. I know the cannons, again, like this has okay loot, but the defences, I don't understand it. I see these bases, they have really good collectors, you know, grog distilleries and gold mines and storages, but the defences and walls are really low. I wouldn't prioritise those myself. A lot of the top players in the game have said to me, worry about those at endgame. Once you've upgraded everything, then you've only got those left. Problem I have an argument against that is that then that sort of dampens the economy in the game, because if everyone's got decent level collectors, then everyone's making more loot, and therefore you can raid more for more loot, doing more upgrades. So that's my argument against it. This one, let's have a quick look. So yeah, I'm going to show you, I want to show you, this is going to completely go wrong. I can already tell you that the troops that I deployed this side, I'm going to have to clear out all these outlying buildings, they're going to come in these 2 directions. But just to prove it, I'm willing to waste an army. In the name of science. In the name of science, we will waste our troops. So, we're going to take out these buildings first, then try to deploy it. We've got to keep the Juggernaut back, because as I said, they're all starting to go around the sides now. They've got no interest whatsoever in going through the walls. Now, it's just the way that the AI is in this game. I'm going to just put my Juggernaut back here, because I can see him going absolute wayward. I cannot see this raid going at all well. I'll be honest with you. Why is my Juggernaut's not deploying? Let's get just all our guns in there. Maybe a, I don't know, priestess there. Now I started to deploy here, so they will start to come in that way. But look, that's the AI for you. That is the direction that they want to go in. So I have 2 lots of ground pounders hitting my men either side. So as I said, the heavy gun has gone down because he got stuck hitting a wall. My troops, you know, I have half an army at best. We've got to try and use Annabelle here to try and survive a part of the battle. But we've got no priestess. We've got no heavy gunner. We have, at best, a Juggernaut. Oh no, sorry, another Juggernaut here. We have, ouch, no gunners. And where's the ghastly guns? I was about to say, where are they? Where's that lonely skillywag? He's gone as well. The Juggernaut here is, well, he's not going to survive, and we've got one at the back here. We've got Annabelle helping. But I just want to prove that this, hopefully, yeah, we're going to give this gentleman a shield. That would be nice. Just to prove that the AI would work the way I said it would work. I have been asked, you know, you haven't done a video just on AI yet. I will when I get round to it. Hopefully everyone's watching as many videos of mine as possible and learn from every video that I'm doing along with myself learning. But I did predict that is the way that the AI would work. I've come against many of these types of bases. You do need bombers to beat these type of bases. You cannot beat them without bombers. So if you're not using bombers, you have to be careful in what base you're going to choose. Annabelle's lost 2 stamina. I could have saved her by ending the battle early. I don't care about Annabelle. Not many people do. So the sooner she goes to sleep, the better. I can use someone more important. But, you know, I'd rather waste her for 10, 20 battles than waste someone decent, especially when I'm only farming loot. So let's jump into another one. Let's try and find a base now that I don't have to waste an entire army. Again, I've got a lot of grog sitting there, so the grog don't matter. We've got a bit of resources, but okay. So I did say if I found a base that was, you know, half decent, we've got Pirate Wall 9, the walls are not spectacular. Bonus for me. You've got a decent level ground pounder here facing into, well, no man's land. Any other ground pounders facing anywhere? No, okay, just some corner buildings. We'll try and keep like a scallywag back or something, if I can remember. Now we need to try and picture where our other ground pounder here is facing no man's land. So we might as well, you know, decide we'll come in here because we've got the mortars. The ground pounder won't be able to reach us, so we're going to deploy along here and hope for the best. So let's deploy our juggernauts. We need to be careful here. We don't want to deploy too many gunners. So half our gunners there. We want to start getting some of our skellywags in. Maybe a heavy gunner in here. Let's try and punch through the mortars. So that's one mortar gone down. Once we get these mortars seen to, we can deploy the rest of our troops. So now we can deploy our skellywags, push our ability, get another juggernaut in there, and start threading our troops in. So we'll keep the gunners back, 2 gunners back for the corner buildings. Remember that, Sib. We'll put 1 priestess in there. See if we can, you know, lock some buildings up. I can see Annabelle's in the mix. I could use Annabelle, but let's let the priestess do her thing like now. So we locked up enough defences. That was perfect. Annabelle could even lock over 1 gun tower. I'll take that because they are real powerful. So now we've got a couple of abilities just come up for the gunners and heavy gunners. The raid is looking really healthy. This is a, you know, take nothing away from the defences. They are decent Pirate Wall 9 defences. Apart from mortars, there's Pirate Wall 8. The bunkers are Pirate Wall 8, but they don't go up to Pirate Wall 10. And the raid is going superbly well. So let's get our priestess in the back here if we can. Now push her ability. That'll lock up the cannon and the bunker, giving us some time because, you know, the cannon is focusing on our juggernauts. We don't want that. We want to try and keep them alive. Our tanks are vital. We have not much damage coming onto this Pirate Wall, which is a bit of a cause for concern. I don't want to deploy quite these gunners yet. I could maybe get one in there, one in there, clear out these builds, and then start to work their way inside the base. So let's go back in here, see what's going on. A bomb's just been triggered. Our priestess, where is she? There she is. She's locked up the cannon and the Pirate Hall again. She's going to work on the cannon along with the juggernauts, use his ability, speed that up. We have some skellywags remaining, people. We have some skellywags remaining. We should be able to freestar this base now. Outhouse there. Legendary Fort is back behind us, along with the guild ship. It's the observatory left and the legendary fort. They need to be taken care of. We have our 1 skellywag going to town with Half-Life. In comes the gunner for some support. Do we have enough time? If we quickly destroy this now, might have enough time to, yes, gunner, he has some brains to get across here and do enough damage. Observatory doesn't have much HP. We should be able to get there in time. Maybe I'm going to guess 2 or 3 seconds remaining. Maybe less. No, because the priestess, she is swimming like Michael Phelps. She is swimming like Michael Phelps. Could be. Oh, I was 4 seconds out. If it weren't for the priestess, maybe I wouldn't have done it. Maybe not, but I did have the gunner's ability waiting. Not a lot of gold. Not bad grog. Plunder points for 150, although it doesn't really matter at the precise minute. 19 BP. But we had a 100% win. Exactly what we need. Again, the army time is... We're quite 37 minutes. That isn't a bad army time. I think my usual army comp is about 39 minutes. Could be wrong, could be 35, I can't remember because of the pirate catcher. But yeah, so it's around the amount of time that a general big army would cost. Obviously it'll vary depending on what pirate hall you are, what academy, what level your troops are, and pirate catcher. All those things will come into it as well. So now let's stop talking and let's find some more loot. Hopefully we get another challenging base, one that isn't going to trick us into having our troops go left and right, anywhere but in the middle. Because we had that one raid and we had to, you know, again, this one set up exactly the same. I'd put my troops down here and they would just go venturing in. We don't want that, especially with no bombers. So if you don't want to use bombers, maybe you've had enough of using bombers, maybe you don't like them, you've got to then use next button to your, not ability, what's the word, I forgot it now. To your advantage. Sorry. To your advantage, yeah. You have to use that button to your advantage. No. Again, if they had an opening here, we'd have a big problem in an opening there. They would want to go in there. But yeah, maybe, I don't know how the AI would work. Maybe because that's single walls with flame gates. Sorry, yeah, they'd go in that way because of the flame gates. And that's quite clever with the shark trap. And we're not going to attack that. Well, nor this one. Again, with the high level collectors, but no defences. This is quite juicy indeed. And, although the bunkers are low levels, the ground pounders are low levels, gun towers are low levels, but the cannons are max cannons, apart from this one here that I can see, and there's a Pirate All 9, a couple of Pirate All 9 cannons. We're going to take this on. I don't know how this is going to go. This is probably going to go horribly wrong, but let's test it. We're going to make this our last raid. Win or lose, let's test it out. Okay, we need to focus here. We need this ground pounder gone. So we're going to have to focus a little bit more to the right than the left, which, once we punch our way through these these walls, then our troops should go more to the right, and we need to sort of push through the middle. We don't want to come too much here because the ground pounder will hurt a lot. Trust me on that. Annabelle is going swimming for some reason. Let's get our ghastly gunslingers in there. One priestess, keep one back. Let's try and get some more scallywags in there. More gunners, keeping one scallywag back just in case for some reason. Now we need to try and keep our eye. The priestess is in a decent location. Lock up the gun tower because I don't want to take any damage onto priestess if I can. I'd like for Annabelle to come over here a little bit more. We need to lock up this mortar because we're trying to... There we go. Thank you very much, Annabelle, for listening. Now we're locked up 4 defences. The mortar should be taken care of now in a second. Hopefully, there we go. Now that's no splash damage coming onto these gunners. Try and take out the gun... the Pirate Hall. The Pirate Hall has its turrets long range, so now should be able to take that out. The raid is going swimmingly well. Again, the priestess has gone down. We just sneak her in here. I'm not trying any sneak tactics. I just want to thread her into this stage here. We have a mortar here, which could be a cause for concern. Still got this big level cannon. We've got the mortar here. There we go. The cannons will get taken out by the heavy gunner. Heavy gunners are brilliant at taking care of cannons. Depending on what level, mine currently have, I think, like a... There we go. Push that button now. Perfect. There's the cannon locked up. The raid is going splendidly well. Let's try and bit of distraction, get our scallywag in that direction, get the gun tower firing at least on one of our scallywags rather than an extra gunner. Here comes the ghastly gunslingers. Perfect. Observatory's down. I can hear a lot of mines clicking. And one perfect ghastly gunslinger taken on a high level ship. I think that's like a level 7, I think. Yeah, never paid attention to the level of the ships. But here we go. We have the scallywag taken on our lonely outhouse. This is going to be 100%. I was not expecting that at all. So fantastic raid. Hopefully we don't jinx ourselves. Let's push the button. Lock up that ship just in case. Get our heavy gunner in here. Take some more damage onto the ship. Get in the gunners as well. This raid has gone fantastic. With 18 seconds to spare, I think we'll do it by about 10 seconds. Maybe... Yeah, wow, 13 seconds remaining. Perfect. So I hope you try this combination. This has been a lot more fun, a lot less expensive, and a lot more rewarding with loot-wise using this army composition. So just to refresh your memories, maybe you've got less troops than me capacity, maybe you've got 5 more. Oh, there we go, get a balance chest. We'll open that up together as well. So this is what I'm using. Use whatever legendary pirate you want. You know, Annabelle's not the best. You know, sometimes she helps, most of the time she doesn't. But 17 gunners, 6 juggernauts, 18 scallywags. What am I talking about? 18, no, that's their level, Sib. 20 scallywags, 1 heavy gunner, 2 priestess, and 6 ghastly gunslingers. 251,000 grog, that isn't too bad at all, considering some of them been like 500,000 for me. So they're the levels on top. I think when people attack you, that it should show the level of their troops. That'd be nice. That'd be a lovely feature. But I don't want to ramble on. Let's just reorder this army. We're not going to attack. We're just, you know, going to slow play that army. we're going to come into it. Open the bandit's chest since, you know, we sat here and we've done that 5 streak. Let's see. I'm going to guess that we're going to get 250 BP, and I think we're going to get golden grog of about 50,000 each. That's just my guess. Here we go. Oh, okay, so less gold than I thought. I got the raw garnets instead of the grog, and I got more BP than I thought. I don't want to speak too much about the BP, but bandits chests are brilliant for BP. You don't want to be a millionaire, but they do add up. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. Thanks for watching all, and bye for now.